Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Midas Mode blog number 3. Number 3. I know, it's been a long time. If you were watching last Midas Mode blog and you were waiting for the quote-unquote weekly update, well, a lot's changed. Life moves forward, I'm afraid, and it has moved forward here for us today. So this is Mordhau, by the way. We're going to be playing this in the background because I get too focused on Dota 2 to actually pay attention. And this is my favorite class, the fuckboy. Anyway, so in short, let's catch you guys up on the life and times of Midas Mode 2. Great. Glad to be joining this game. Last time you guys caught up with me on Midas Mode 2, I was very adamant about expanding the collegiate Dota 2 scene. It was my dream. I wanted to spend a lot of time finding a venue in North America because I want to, of course, promote North America as well because we don't have any tournaments this year. And I was looking for a college. Unfortunately, times have changed. Plans have changed. And the blame is certainly on me. No more am I looking for a college because I got nervous. I'll be real with you. We had a lot of colleges reach out, some great schools, and they were all set to go. And what did I do? I said, okay, let's make an adult decision here. I had never run a actual LAN before. I helped out with the content side of Captain's Draft 4, but this is my first chance to run my own LAN. And honestly, the amount of logistics needed for that are pretty big. You need to figure out how to make this stadium have all the things that you need. Production, cameras, stage, hosts, talent. But more importantly, it's the things that I didn't know that scared me the most. Let's talk about stuff like internet, okay? Here's a very unique thing. I was talking to some of my friends from ESL who put on events all the time, and I said, what's one thing that's super weird about putting on an event? And they said, internet. Only in esports will literally every single person be using their phones during the event. Like railing on your Wi-Fi. The amount of people in the audience that are just attacking the Wi-Fi, any form of internet, is astronomical at an esports event. And it makes perfect sense. People are like streaming their Twitch chat. People are, doing whatever they want to do, watching videos. I mean, it's just that kind of crowd. So that was something that concerned me. How am I going to conquer that issue? How am I going to set up this LAN for the first time at a giant school? And the biggest problem was my dream was to take a school and say, hey, we're really serious about esports and we're really serious about collegiate Dota. And if I go in there and I convince them I can make a good product and I can't, then not only do I F up my reputation, which who cares about, but really I F up Dota's reputation in the collegiate scene. Because if we have a big college esports tournament and it's a piece of garbage, I mean, that's not good for anybody. So, yeah, I had to let go of that dream. But Midas Mode 3, should it ever happen, after I build up my confidence in this LAN, then we will be there at a college making that original dream happen. But I really want to make sure that I have that experience under my belt before I put someone else's reputation on the line. So, Midas Mode 3, should we ever have it, you could expect it as my original dream to get the colleges. But for now, nah, let's keep it nice and easy. So, considering that, where are we at on this year's Midas Mode 3? Well, a lot of the stuff is still the same. A lot of the ideas are still there. But we have officially, as of this week, 99.9% secured ourselves a title, sponsorship, and an official venue. Oh, very exciting stuff. So, first things first, we will get into that sponsor later after we sign the official contract, but landing a sponsorship, your first one, especially your title sponsorship, really shapes the way that you're able to sell the tournament. Of course, gameplay and all that innovation stuff is very important, but if you don't have any money, you cannot get yourself a sponsor, a tournament. So you need money, you need sponsors. Now, the sponsorship game is very difficult because nobody wants to invest on something and be the pilot for the first time. Venture capitalism is, angel investors. These things aren't really happening in esports right now. People aren't just going to give you $200,000 on an idea. But securing one sponsor, especially a title sponsor, that's giving you some buku dollars and basically putting in the majority of the money for the event. For you guys that don't know what a title sponsor is, it's somebody that's paying the number one spot. They bought the highest tier of sponsorship. Their logo is everywhere, and they are basically, this event is presented by them. They are literally in the title. Blankety Blank presents Midas Mode 2. And that, of course, costs the most amount of money, but yeah, you can't really build a tournament without having that first title sponsor. Because when you show people something called a deck is not a card deck, but it is actually something that you put together to showcase the features of your program. Basically say, hey, these are the prices, this is what we will give you during the event, and this is what you will own, and this is why you should do it. So, yeah, when you're showcasing a deck, having that title sponsor, having someone say, hey, they believe in this product, it makes it 10,000 times easier to sell additional sponsors. Because basically they're saying, okay, this guy believes, I can believe. They paid that much money, then I can pay this much money. And in these tournaments, you'll get a lot of guys that waste your time. You know, that just kind of happens. It's part of the deal of sales. You'll have guys who claim to have a lot of money, and then you'll meet with them, and they'll be like, we could potentially give you $5,000. But having a title sponsor really puts things into perspective and say, oh, okay, Jesus, these guys paid this. So, of course, I'm not going to do it. So, with that official title sponsor in the bag, we can finally start moving on to other sponsors and showcasing our deck. A very strong deck, a big deck, that will hopefully net us some more sponsors. So, next episode, we will talk about sponsorship, because I believe that it is going to be a pretty important episode that needs to be connected all to itself, and I would like to announce who that title sponsor is, but we are at the 99.9. I haven't literally signed the contract yet, so there you go. Speaking of not literally 99.9, not signing the contract, I'm sure you guys are interested in dates, perfect timing, and you're interested in venue. Well, I've got some news for you out there, Midas Mode fanboys. We have such things. Midas Mode 2 will officially be held in my hometown, Denver, Colorado-ish. Very close to Denver, Colorado, on September 21st through 29th, after TI. Now, let's talk about this a little bit, because, of course, we did want to have this tournament before TI, and things had to change a little bit, which is kind of sad. So, let's talk about why that happened, and why these dates are these dates. So, very close. Here is the reasoning. We had a lot of teams agree to go to Midas Mode, and that's really great. Very excited about having those teams participate. Our original dates were in early July. We wanted to have it in early July, like the week of July 4th or something. Teams promised us to go, Tier 1 teams, but I had to take a real honest look at that and say, would they actually show up? Dota teams are great. I love Dota teams. But the international is all that matters. And if a team promises you that they're going to go to a tournament, but then decides they want more practice before TI, they will drop that tournament. They will break a $50,000 contract. They don't give a shit. And it's very hard to keep teams, in Dota, it just doesn't make sense. A team is only motivated by going to the international. So you can do whatever you want. You can say, hey, you can't break out of my team. You have to go to this tournament. It doesn't matter. Because if they break all those contracts and they win TI, they have more money than they ever care about. So none of our teams said that they would ditch. But I had to take a realist look at myself and say, if I hold this event in July, our team's going to ditch. Are they going to bail out when it actually comes time for TI? And the resounding answer in my head was absolutely. I mean, they love the community. I love Dota teams. Don't get me wrong. But, yeah, they're definitely going to ditch that shit. So, we moved it to post-TI. Now, of course, we still have talked to the teams and all that jazz. And most people said, yeah, we'll still go. But, of course, who knows what those teams would look like after TI. So, promises are great. I love promises. But at the same time, we'll see what happens. Whoa, hello. What the hell is this? We'll see what happens when TI rolls around. at any rate, we have those dates set now for September. I'm actually super excited because perhaps a new hero will be coming out at TI, like last time. And this would be the first official tournament that would be able to feature that hero, I would guess. As of right now, in the Dota 2 calendar, I don't have any events at this time, so I'm staking my claim now. Last time, we competed with Perfect World Minor. It was a real pain in my ass, but we did exceptionally well. We were competing with the official Perfect World Minor, and maybe it was DAC, but we had the same viewership for many times, so very good. Anyway, so let's talk about the venue. The venue is called Nerd Street Gamers. That is going to be the Localhost Arena. So one of the big reasons I didn't actually want to do the tournament at these colleges is because there's a lot of things I didn't know about. One of the smartest guys I've ever met told me, whenever you put on something new, expect version 1 to fail. And why does it fail? Because of all the things that you didn't even know were going to be concerns. You can be as prepared as you want in this world when it comes to esports or really any kind of event building, but when you build an event for the first time, doing it live, it's the things that you never knew were coming that would destroy you. So that is why I decided to not do this by myself and run my first event through Nerd Street Gamers and the Localhost Arena. Now, let me tell you about this place. I will show you some pictures that I took, but very brief, because I'd like one of the upcoming blogs to pretty much just be a feature on Localhost in itself, to let you guys know. But here's the skinny. This place is a half LAN cafe, half esports arena, which is super cool. I guess I could show you guys. Let me read through my deck real quick and make sure that I don't have any super big leaks on this deck. That we'll be coming out with later. But maybe I could just show you guys the Localhost page. But, hold on. This is page 1 of my deck, by the way. I will show you guys a modified version of the deck later in the blog, so you have the exact idea of what it's like to set up one of these things. Okay, this looks okay. All right. I will show this too. Hopefully no leaks. Boop, 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 boop. Oh, now I gotta resize it. But anyway, god damn it, why would it delete that? At any rate, so Localhost Arena is a half esports arena, half LAN cafe. Now, the reason why I thought this would be amazing for Midas Mode is because this tournament is all about internet connectivity between the audience and between the actual show. And when I sell a VIP ticket, I don't give a shit about where people sit. I care about what people's experiences are that separate that VIP ticket from something else. So that is why I chose this location. They have literally everything that I need to set up my tournament. They have all the production equipment in the back. They have caster areas. They have 3 different kinds of internet from 3 different kinds of internet providers. And they are owned and operated by a bunch of gamer dudes. So basically, in short, this place is perfect for my first time. Now, I specifically chose this because of its LAN environment. Basically, in the back, this is a real picture of the arena, as you can see right here. There's a little separator here. This is their LAN center. I'm keeping that open for the entire tournament. This is what I want. And in the center piece right here, we're going to be building a stage. There's a giant screen right there. We're going to be sitting, I believe, somewhere between 500 to 900 people. It's going to be our tickets, so it is going to be very intimate, but this experience is, in my opinion, everything that I care about. I don't really care, how should I say this? So, in stuff like TI, and stuff like esports tournaments, people always say to me, the audience that goes to your event doesn't matter. And I know that's a weird thing, and it was weird when I heard it, but in a way, it makes a lot of sense, because if you go to an event, you're 500 to 900 people, but 100,000 people are watching at home. So why invest on 500 to 900 people? And I've heard this from a lot of different people in my time in esports, is that the big focus should be at the people at home. Now, to me, that's bullshit, in my opinion, because the people that go to your event are the people that care the most. They're your diehard fans. They're the ones that are most invested in what you do and what you're building. And they're the ones that love the community the most. And, of course, that's nothing against people that can't go to the venue. But the ones that actually put that in is the people that care, and you should cater to those people. And I know that in esports tournaments in the real world, you cannot do that because Dota tournaments in particular cost way too much money. Thank you. Shout out to the International. The International itself is this thing that is simultaneously keeping Dota alive and killing it. Because every single thing that we need to do at this place in Dota 2 has to have a giant prize pool. That's like our thing. So when you have this giant tournament with a $500,000 prize pool, you have to take money out of somewhere. Where do you take that money out of? Can't take it out of the prize pool. Can't take it out of the venue. Can't take it out of seating. Can't take it out of streaming. So it's got to come out of talent, and it's got to come out of live arena experience. So that is how I'm going to do my tournament. One of those things have to go. For all the other tournaments out there, they have to cater to the players, and they have to cater to the live audience, and they have to cater to the arena. I took out the players. So instead of spending $200,000 on players, because really think about it, you have 8 teams times 5 players times 2 support staff per team times plane tickets, mostly Europe, a couple European, usually a couple Chinese, usually Southeast Asian, times hotel, times feeding people for a week event. We're talking $200,000, $250,000 at least to hold a small tournament for Dota 2 teams. And that's just to get people in the building. We're not even talking about prize pool. It was the man LD himself who said, if you want to run a Dota tournament, take whatever prize pool you have and triple it or double it if you actually want to run that tournament. So, my tournament, no teams. Teams play at home, and we take that money that we would have spent on those teams and we put it back into the fans. In this one, I want to keep this arena side open with the LAN. We're going to build a custom stage just like last time with Midas Mode in our house. We're going to try to get comfortable seating. We're going to try to get the best goodie bags that's ever existed. I want to go through all of this stuff in later blogs, but that is my personal goal. This tournament is about the fans watching and the fans there, and it's about interactivity. So with this unique LAN setup, the guys that are there are super, super in touch with exactly what we want to do, and we want to integrate our live audience and our audience's home as much as possible, because that's what Midas Mode is about. It's because of, bounty systems and all of that. So right now we're working on systems where people actually utilize these LAN computers to be part of the tournament itself in a lot of fun and special ways that I will get to later. And we also have a lot of other cool setups here as well. For instance, when the tournament is done, who says that we can't just have a little LAN party for a couple hours afterwards? We have all the setups and everything with all the talent. We have people there to play with us. Nerd Street also has a bunch of other facilities on site, such as VR, D&D tables. We have so many options of fun things that we can do that aren't just the tournament, that we can really go into. So that is my idea on the LAN. It is located in the center of Colorado. Colorado has an international airport, Denver International Airport, and it is in a very affordable place. So lots of hotels nearby. I mean, we're not talking super swanky places. We're talking Holiday Inns. But if I was going to stay somewhere, I'd stay at a goddamn Holiday Inn anyway. So right now we're talking with the LAN itself about making partnerships and relationships with local hotel areas to try to see if we can work out deals for people that are coming in, can get discounts at neighboring hotels and kind of stay together. We also are talking to specific sponsors about lodging and travel for people as well. But anyway, the big thing that I'm focusing on for these dates and for this tournament is putting all of the money and all of the effort that would typically go on making these pro players happy into making my audience members happy. And I want to kind of show the world that a VIP ticket isn't sitting 10 feet closer to the stadium. It's getting an exclusive ticket to be part of the show. It's getting something that people will never forget. So that is really what I'm building around this thing. So anyway. So if the players are playing from home, how is it a LAN? Because we have a LAN, mother sucker. Because we actually will have a LAN. And then there might be some surprises. We might have one team there that is playing. But I'll get into more of that at a different date. So there you have it for the first big breaks on this stuff. Midas Mode 2 is going to be September 21st through 29th. And it is going to be in Colorado, the center of the U.S., where we will be having this half LAN, half arena, so that our audience members can interact as much as possible with us and, be part of the show, because that's what I want to build. So there you go. Let's see. What else do I want to tell you guys on this little blog? Next episode, we're probably going to get into the venue itself. I might do some tours of the venue and give you guys some real down lows, maybe even get some videos of me talking to some guys and give you guys the real specifics of what we're dealing with over there. Not dealing with, but what we get to do over there. And let's see. Maybe we have a sponsor episode as well, where we're going to announce our title sponsor and talk about what it takes to get more sponsors. What that process is like if you're trying to build your own tournament. What are my strategies, how they succeed and how they don't. And it is in Lakewood, by the way. So tickets are also a thing that we have to talk about, too. Ticket sales, I want to make a full actual announcement trailer, besides this blog post, that talks about when we're ready to sell tickets and we have that system done. We'll talk about tickets, but it is going to be pretty interesting to figure that out for the first time. In the short and sweet version of it yet, of course, it is not fully in my head, but I believe that I'm going to do probably a week-long ticket for just viewing. Then I'll have a ticket for viewing and having LAN access, and then I'll have the VIP experience, which is everything, and then being able to be part of the show in one of the many ways that we are innovating part of the show stuff. So, no website yet, no anything. A lot of our stuff is coming out soon, and we're innovating about 5 to 6 things that you guys have never seen at a tournament before. Oh, thank you, Professor Dankbean. And I think I'm going to come out with specific trailers for each one of those. Thank you. So I'm going to come out with specific videos about those little things that we're making. But guys, I've never been excited for more than anything in my life. The things that we are creating right now for fun ways to integrate our live audience into the show are absolutely incredible. Of course, we're working hand in hand with our boys in Layerth. So, of course, you can expect some crazy stuff. So, yeah. Anyway, next blog episode will probably be about Nerd Street Gamers, or it will be about sponsors in general. I'll run you guys through an edited version of my deck that has all of the spoilers taken out that I'm specifically selling, and we can get into the dirty. But there you have it. Now, of course, at the end of these, I will go ahead and talk to you guys AMA style if you have any questions, and I'll answer as much as I feel like answering for the next 10 minutes of this blog. And, of course, now that we are locked in, we have sponsor, we have date, we have LAN arena. These will be a weekly blog every single Tuesday until the event comes up. So you guys will get to know pretty much from the beginning to the end what it's like making this tournament and the steps of it, so that hopefully our community has more third-party tournaments coming up soon. New What the Duck! I think Thursday, I believe. We're having one on Thursday. Can you change the dates? No! I have changed the dates twice already. I'm done changing the dates. If fucking ESL Major wants to come at me on the 21st to the 29th, I will crush you. That is a warning to anyone out there in the Dota 2 community. I know you tournament organizers have not put your dates down yet. If any one of you mother suckers come at me on the 21st through the 29th of September, I am not canceling. I will destroy your tournament. And that is a fact. I will make commercials about destroying your tournament and play them during my tournament. I will have Bulldog hired to stream your tournament. And Grand and Gork. I will pay them talent fees to fuck your tournament up. This is a threat. Anyway. Any other questions? One cool thing about this venue is that they have talked to us about the possibility of doing something like a lock-in. Now, a tournament for talent, we always have these after parties, and sometimes they invite normal fans in the after party. After parties are garbage every single time. You go in, and it's in a club, it's loud music, and no one gives a shit. This venue is actually going to have the first good after party. When this tournament is done, I want to do an all-nighter at this LAN arena, and that's it. We order a fuckload of pizzas, we set up their LAN, we tear down the stage, and we stay up all night with all the Dota personalities that come, all the fans, and we just play Dota and eat pizza. That sounds like a goddamn dream! And that is what I want to do for our, one of the things I want to do for our VIP people. We literally get locked in for 12 hours with Dota personalities, and we fucking game until we fall asleep. A LAN party. Holy sweet Jesus, I cannot wait. Anyway. Tickets, how much will they be? Great question. We have to, of course, your ticket sales should represent how much it costs to put the tournament on. I'll probably decide how much tickets are based on the end of my funding rounds. It's a sad truth, but tickets are one of the actual things that you can try to recoup things in. I don't want to end up like GESC and just, pretending to make tournaments and then trying to sell tickets to pay for it and then not, and then fucking off. So I will be looking at all the sponsors I can collect in the next couple of months to drive this bad boy home, and then I am going to, put ticket prices accordingly. Of course, if anything has to go first, it will be talent fees. I don't know if you guys know this last time, but in my 6 months of working on Midas Mode 2, I actually had to forego all of my own personal talent fees because one of our sponsors pulled out. So I did that one pro bono. And I'm sure a lot of the guys at the Moonduck, if it came down to it, we would rather take away our fees than put that cost onto our people. But tickets will, of course, represent kind of how in the hole we are. Hopefully we're not. Oh, Jesus. How do we get in touch with you regarding sponsorships? Well, if you have any ideas for Big Nasty Vape, hell yeah, you taking out vape juice from the last one? Let's do it. Of course, my email is always open, siractionslacks@gmail.com, and you can contact me, of course, on Twitter for DMs. Shoot me an email, though, at siractionslacks@gmail.com, and I will love to talk to anybody about sponsors. We'll get into that on the next episode. How to do sponsors right, because a lot of people, in my opinion, do sponsors real wrong. Sponsorship should not be rolling an ad 50,000 times during your tournament at every single break. Audience hates it. The tournament hates it. I hate it. You hate it. Any kind of sponsorship should be integrated into the product. When an audience sees a sponsorship thing, they should want to participate in it, not automatically shut off the stream or turn on their ad block. But we'll get into that next time. Will there be food and beer at the venue? Great question. We'll get into that in the venue episode. I'm going to save that for the whole venue lowdown so you guys can decide if you want to buy a ticket later. Need the bomb sauce? Yeah, those are good ads, but that's what I'm talking about. That's, what we do to integrate stuff. That's right, siractionslacks@gmail.com. What city? I believe it's in Lakewood, but we'll get into that next episode. Denver, yes, in the center of the U.S., right in our Moonduck's backyard. It will be held in Denver, my friend, on the 21st through the 29th in Colorado. Yes, it is physical. You can come watch. You can buy a ticket. I hope you do. Alcohol. Talk about it next episode. Got to meet with my boys first, but pretty sure. Okay, you got 3 more minutes for any more questions, peeps. And we will go. We'll have one of these blog updates every week now. and continue our adventure. Please don't sell on Ticketmaster or scalper-friendly websites. What am I, Valve? Don't worry. We'll figure it out. Any teasers for Twitch chat integration? Well, we're working with Layearth, so I will tell you about those innovations later. But things are in the works for not only live audience, but also for people at home. Can you still taste the used gum from the wall? No. It was fine. Next Lorgasm is being edited right now. Can you sell a Months of Mott calendar? Okay, I'm going to send myself an email. Thank you very much. The Months of Mott, that is a $1 million idea. Yes. I love it. Any talents? Of course, we're probably going to do Moonduck talent as well as getting in some other people. Talent list is to be decided. Probably out of all the money that we're going to need to still raise for this tournament, the whatever talent signs on is going to have to do lower than their standard rate because it's a homegrown tournament. So I respect all my colleagues, and some of them are going to say, you know what, I love you, Jake, but I don't feel like working an event for, a third or half the price that I usually work an event for. So going to skip out, and no problem there. Won't name any names or anything. So, yeah, we'll see what talent we can grab, but we'll see. Can you invite Keanu Reeves? No, I don't want to invite Keanu Reeves. I feel like he'd be bad on a panel. No offense. All right, let's see. Will Mott's mustache be there? I believe it will be. I have told him to not shave, and he works a real job now. What are you going to do for Weather Midas instead of Weatherman? I don't think Midas Mode needs a Weatherman. I feel like there's enough going on already. We've got bounties going on. We've got crazy shit on the map going on. Now we're going to have like more integration from audience going on. I feel like Weatherman segments are good for talking about the real hard, analytical Dota. We don't need that. Not in this tournament. In-game courier, no comment. Thank you, everybody. Bit of the past 5 TIs. Oh, thank you very much. Okay, guys. I feel like that will do it. Thanks a lot for watching the blog, guys. We will have more information on that, but there you go. Dates and location. We are moving ahead. Every week you will see a blog on Tuesday as we get closer to these dates. Wish me luck on my sponsorship sales. I hope you guys enjoy the ride with me, and let's make this tournament the greatest tournament that ever existed. Shout out to you guys for paying attention, and shout out to everybody else. We'll see you next week for another blog. Toodaloo!